Hey everyone, it's me Varlo. I'm back again to give my first impressions of a game that has been taking the internet by storm the last few days that I'm sure you've heard of. It's called Palworld, and it's an early access open world survival game where you collect monsters to aid you, similar to Pokemon. I've seen a lot of people calling this game Pokemon with guns, which I think is an incredible disservice to what this game truly is. While that description is definitely somewhat true on the surface, this really is a fun and intricate survival game that goes beyond its Pokemon-inspired roots. I've been following the development of this game for about a year now, and I'm super stoked that it's finally here. In case you missed it, Palworld has had the highest concurrent player count for any paid game in Steam history. I played about 2 hours of Palworld before making this video, which is pretty typical for how much I played before making first impressions videos. The only difference with Palworld is that in those 2 hours, I barely even scratched the surface. When tackling such an expansive open world experience like Palworld, it's hard to do it justice with mere first impressions. Despite all that, I'm going to do my best to let you know what I experienced. Immediately after spawning into my first world, I realized how greatly this game was optimized. Many early access games are somewhat poorly optimized because they're still under development. However, Palworld has exceeded all of my expectations and delivered an incredibly well-optimized experience. My PC isn't the greatest by any means, but on high graphics I was able to maintain a stable 75 to 80 FPS for my entire time playing. I only see this performance improving further with each coming patch. The hardware specs on the Steam store had 32GB of RAM listed as the recommended amount, which scared me a lot, but I'm glad my fears were put to rest. The only real hiccup that I've had is that I quit out and joined back and I spawned out of bounds underneath where I saved the game. I managed to clip my way out, so all is well, but I figured a hiccup like that was worth noting. The next thing I decided to do was explore a bit. While I'm a tad disappointed that the game doesn't have a procedurally generated map, the open world is still super impressive and expansive. Even in the little time that I played, I found so many secret nooks and crannies with treasure chests and other loot. The open world is also inhabited by the namesake of the game, the Pals. All of the designs I've seen so far have been really cute and great. It's hard for me to remember a lot of their names right now since they're all so new to me, but I really do like them. My favorite pals are the little penguin guy and the knockoff Vulpix that can become a flamethrower. They all serve their own purposes, which is great. It doesn't feel like any pals are just in the game for the sake of it. Each pal has their own unique skills that will help you to make your compound more efficient. I also spent a good amount of time setting up my first base not far from the spawn point of the world. I enjoyed the base building mechanics of the game quite a lot. The building reminded me a lot of other survival games such as 7 Days to Die and LEGO Fortnite. That's overall a pretty good thing because those are great survival games that did their systems well. Palworld definitely doesn't need to reinvent the wheel. I have no complaints with that at all. I also thought it was really cool that your pals could harvest resources and do tasks around the base. I was initially skeptical that the survival aspects of the game and the monster collecting side of the game would feel really disconnected. Thankfully though, this is incredibly far from being the case. Using pals in your home base really helps to set Palworld apart from other games of the same genre. I really have enjoyed my brief time with Palworld. It was really hard for me to share my first impressions of the game because I know I can't truly show you the scope of what is truly possible with this game. The best advice I have for all of you is to go try it yourself. Palworld is now available on the Steam store and on the Xbox store. I hope my thoughts got you at least a little bit interested in the game because it really is a special experience. I can't recommend it enough.